Looks like a push with possession on Villanova, so most likely a 30-second man up, but they'll have an opportunity here to play out this possession before that penalty will be identified.
Opening touch for the Hoyas, again scoring 19 goals, second most they've scored a game this season. That came on Thursday in a 19-8 win over the 4-seed Marquette. This is Aiden Carroll. Number 12 has had a fantastic season here. Draws the double, wrap it around, perfect passing shot, score! That's how you start. Jordan Ray pays it off for Georgetown. 1-0 start.
Brent, the best offense is when you allow the ball to do the work. It starts with Carroll. He gets the defense rotating, and then they were on an absolute carousel. But that pill was hot potato, and it leads to a great opportunity. Step down variety for Ray, and there may not be much net, but he found it past Fargione.
And the assist there from 49, Kevin Miller. You and I both talked.
So that there is a penalty. It will remain because it was in the head. It was not a push with possession. So 1 minute penalty on Villanova. So 6-on-5 here as Georgetown wins that faceoff.
Good call there, Evan. Kate Goldberg has
good help from the booth.
Yeah. Senior from Delray Beach, Florida. Hoya's second possession.
Keep an eye on 88 and white Dudemain. He burst into the scene for Georgetown, now part of this man advantage.
Shot, score, top shelf, Aiden Carroll. What a beginning for the Hoyas. It's 2-0 thanks to number 12.
Dream start for Georgetown. Similar to the Ray goal, just a hands-free, ball do the work, step down, and Fargione can't see it. It's tough when you're down a man to try and get out and pressure shooter's hands. You're going to give up shots like that.
Joe Caesar with it out near midfield, hounded by Jake Melchione, who was everywhere on Thursday.
He's awesome. Just a sophomore, slight of build, but he can make plays both on ball, especially with the ball on his stick.
Patrick Krogan on the run. Played behind the cage now, out front. Carroll thought about whipping it in. He scored moments ago. Lucas Dudemain had 4 goals on Thursday. He's been dealing with injuries, 88 and white, and a hamstring injury throughout the year. Skip pass across, Caesar shot, score! Top shelf, off the skip pass, and the finish from Joe Caesar.
Brent, we are seeing some high-level offense and execution early from Georgetown in this game. A skip pass is kryptonite to any defense, forces a rotation. You're always going to be a step late when that ball makes its way through your entire defense. Extremely challenging for Fargione.
On in this one. Colin Mitchner for Villanova. You mentioned the fresh shot clock here for the Wildcats. And now Tyler Bowes. Bowes going to work. Swerbalis couldn't handle that one, tracks it down near side.
The only drawback to a cloudless day, you'd be curious, is how sun is a factor sometimes for guys trying to find it.
Good call. Here's Matt Licata. Wraparound score! Licata finds the back of the net. Villanova needed that one in the worst way. And they are on the board here in the Big East title game.
All gas, no brakes for Matt Licata. He's decisive from X. It's one move and go for 10 and blue, going up against the best defenseman in the league. No problem. Gets top side, finds the back of the net. Villanova has life.
Now Lucchese.
And these long possessions will pay dividends down the road in terms of tired legs defensively.
Quick shot, striking it wide. Tried to bounce that one home was Luke Raymond. Villanova retains possession. 35 on the shot clock. Licata getting hounded here. Raymond for Lucas Newton. Lucchese rifles one in. Bounce that one to the back of the net. Lucchese scores, in Villanova with back-to-back goals.
Extended possession for Villanova. Multiple shot clock resets leads to a quality opportunity. What I love most about this is the shot placement from Lucchese. So much traffic in front of Moore, tough to find it. So he puts it on the ground. He's got to try and search for this ball through the legs of his defenders. Some of their parts. It's as much as Carroll is the guy, they count on everybody, and it was Bayman on Thursday. We'll see who it is here on Saturday.
Here's Carroll again. Carroll wide that time on that shot. Fargione stopped 12 of 26 shots in the semis, but that really didn't tell the story of just how good he was.
5, if not 4, of the goals allowed were in a 10-man ride, so he wasn't even in the net. I thought he was fantastic over the course of that game.
Here comes Carroll again, keeping the pressure on, and he scores again. Aiden Carroll is on fire in the opening quarter of this title game.
Still early, but maybe it is going to be Aiden Carroll that carries Georgetown offensively, as he has at times this season. This is just such a determined dodge and really a challenging spot for the defenseman in Brett Malley. He's not out of position necessarily, but Carroll's strength to be able to shoot through it over the course of that first quarter, obviously the most important number of the scoreboard. I thought really it was just what Georgetown was able to do in their first few possessions while Villanova settled in defensively, Fargione and Cage. But after that, that was a really evenly played first quarter.
Here's Luke Williams, junior from Hillsborough, California. Quentin Seipel out there, 42 for Villanova. Lucas Newton as well. Skipping across, shot, score! Top shelf again. Matt Licata.
Another opportunity to describe just how effective a quality skip pass can be for an offense. Georgetown ball watching a little bit. Somehow Licata is able to sneak from behind. What I love, too, from what Licata is able to do here with this shot is he drops his stick head low. That gets Moore to dip just a little bit, creates more of an opportunity over that shot.
And to your credit,
addressing of that.
And you were very fair in your analysis throughout, but by the third or fourth, and there might have been 5, but I think you were starting to scratch your head at some point there.
I understand it's become more commonplace. It's a way to create turnover. It's hard to do that as much in the college game, but once a team has clearly diagnosed it and found a way to be effective against it, time to get out of it, because it can be reckless.
Here's Kevin Miller. Back for Carroll. Good look, Fulton. Bayman bounces it home. Bayman with his first in the title game, and it's 5-3 Hoyas.
This is great settled offense from the Hoyas. Early in the possession, Bayman started behind the cage, and Carroll knows he's coming off of some screen action off ball to get Bayman, a lefty. A quality look with his hands free. Not much Fargione can do there. The efficiency right now of this Georgetown was offsides. Now that player will run back on. Might as well stay on if you're offsides and try and turn this ball over.
Here's Goldberg in front. Nothing there for Bayman. Packs it out, and now Goldberg again. Shot clock at 21. Delayed penalty coming. Goldberg in front, shot, score! Paid off by Jack Ransom.
Tough series for Mac Brybilski for Villanova, 32 in blue. He appeared to be the defensive midfielder that ran off sides. He stayed, comes back on, and just can't find Ransom off ball. And this was the issue 8 days ago when Ransom went off for 9 goals. You see, you can't give him any space. He is your quintessential off-ball assassin.
Here's Raymond.
Ball needs to remain hot, too. Meaning it needs to be moving in and out of sticks quickly.
Mitchner behind the cage, draws the double. Got help with Licata, instead goes in front, mishandled by Raymond. And Georgetown comes away with it. Well, that was a good look, and Raymond was on the run at the doorstep, just couldn't contain that pass. Turnover, though, dangerous, empty net, shot, score! And then the penalty marker comes down. Quentin Seipel buries it for Villanova.
This is ultimate championship effort from Seipel. Offense had been an absolute struggle up to this point, but Seipel just making a play in the riding game. Knocks down a pass. He's got more all over him. Actually draws a flag for a push with possession. And these are the type of plays, not just in terms of the scoreboard, but that can give you some juice. That can help with some momentum. I think back, go out and attack. I mean, that's a Pole's dream. As everyone's shut off, you're on an island. Mano a mano, try and take it away.
Kevin Miller on the run for the Hoyas. 1 minute to play before halftime. Bayman trying to shake free.
Trying to shake free of Scott Mack. You've got to mention, he had 9 ground balls, yes. Brent. We missed this to some degree. I mean, we highlighted him, but he was all over the field. Great defensive midfielder, 6 in blue.
Aiden Carroll with it, shot clock at 25. Game clock at 44 in the first half. 6-4 Georgetown. Oh, what a move. Shot, score at the doorstep. A thing of beauty once again for Aiden Carroll.
Listed at 6 foot 190. He's showing power right now. We touched on it. Good things happen when the ball's behind the cage with 12 in white. And this is just, I'm stronger than you at goal line. Shoemaker does his job. You want to get your offensive bills.
Quick, wanted to mention the tremendous work that our crew has put together Thursday in the semifinals and again here today. It was raining hard, tough weather for them to work in. And by the way, these are the same guys that work on the Rockies, which it's been rough for them, but working on the Avalanche. They've got a Game 7 later on tonight. Working on the Denver Nuggets games. They've got a Game 7, and that one is at home later on tonight here in Denver. So a lot going on this weekend involving this city.
Always the hardest working people when it comes to putting on games, and they earned this this sunshine after Thursday.
Comes a shot, Aiden Carroll shot score. What a start to the second half for Carroll. Momentum continues for Georgetown as they come out of the locker room and fire one in less than a minute into the third.
Really a carbon copy to how Georgetown started this game with 3 straight. Ball movement leading to rotation defensively, and that often means a quality look on the backside. Aiden Carroll's on fire right now, Brent. I mean, he is just seeing net every time he touches the ball.
Good strike opportunity there from the stick of Martin.
Obviously, when you're 2 men down defensively, the goal is just play inside out. You're going to give up quality looks from 10 yards. Moore's got to make a save, or you're getting a stick in the lane.
Deflected, good defense. Rotated around, Martin mishandled. Wow. Pass a little bit too tall. Georgetown coming the other way. Exactly what the Hoyas needed. They might get one here. Shot in transition, and the score. 2 men down. Doesn't matter. Aiden Carroll finds the back of the net.
Unreal swing. That is demoralizing if you're Villanova. You have a 2-man advantage. Georgetown's utterly frustrated on their sideline. They eat the penalty. They create transition, and they score one of their own. Tic-tac-toe passing. And a great finish taking the hit. Ransom loves it.
Tyler Bowes, pass nearly intercepted, scooped up by Swerbalis. See if Licata can make something happen here. Down 5, midpoint of the third. Here's a shot wide, tough angle there. Coming from Tyler Bowes.
And Villanova's gotten some looks, but they just haven't been able to test more as much as they'd like. Licata needs to be more involved.
Good look, Licata in the finish. Cutting through and paying that one off is Dan Martin. So Villanova does get one back. It's 9-5.
It was a had-to-have-it situation for the Wildcats. And Matt Licata has been the engine for this offense all season, and he's going to have to hit it into overdrive down the stretch here. Draws the defense, timely cut from Martin in Villanova, working their way back into this championship game. Villanova bumping up, and they're in good shape right now.
Heavy check.
Moore's just going to have to chuck this if they want to avoid the failure to advance.
He took a shot to the midsection.
Wow, they just beat the clock.
Fargione sprints back in. In goal here for Villanova. Off that 10-man ride that you've talked about, so much a part of the culture and game plan for this Villanova team. Wraparound attempt, bounced home, score. Georgetown, beautifully done. Kevin Miller.
It's one area where Fargione has struggled in this game, has been shot attempts right at that goal line, where it's almost as if they're shooting with no angle, but they've been able to wrap them around the 6'2" netminder. Miller, a bit of a water bug player behind the cage, just darting around, and again, he's just a step above goal line extended.
It was Newton, and it's back over to Georgetown as Moore scoops it up.
This Hoyo defense is on a string right now. By that I mean every move leads to the proper move from the other defender. Kind of view it as all six, or including Moore, attached together.
Moore, what an outlet. Brought it out to midfield. Threw it over the defender and perfectly into his mate's hands.
Carroll thought about it too. That net was open, but they've clearly been told from their sideline that we are not interested.
Hayden Carroll tried to go low and it trickled home. Everything going through for Hayden Carroll. His 6th of the afternoon. His most of the season in a game, and it's 11-6, Georgetown's largest advantage of this title game.
You know, first sign of a Villanova defense is starting to look a little gassed, a little vulnerable. Just a step late, deliver the hit, but Carroll's still able to get enough on this, and Fargione, who's been
34 out there, junior from Annapolis for the Hoyas. Here's Krogan for Bayman. Bayman in front. What a look at the doorstep. It's Carroll again with his 7th. Somehow threading the needle on that feed.
Well, he's 2 away from Jack Ransom's output 8 days ago against this Villanova defense, and he's got plenty of time to do it as we get a timeout on the field. Hayden Carroll, this is more a Fulton Bayman play, though, in my opinion. That's an incredible feed. Called him Tom Brady earlier. TB12, be proud of this one.
Yeah.
Under pressure, under duress, delivers a dime to 12 and White, who knows how to finish.
He's been about as good as you can be in any kind of game, especially when you're talking about a game with a conference title on the line.
Flag down after the play, it appears. On top of this, we'll see if it's going to stick after the goal.
This guy, man, just takes over your game. It's unbelievable. Man down, man down.
After the goal, unsportsmanlike conduct, white bench, 19 is the in-home. He will serve the penalty. 1 minute, full serve. No face-off. No face. No face. No face.
Second time the Georgetown bench has been reprimanded in this game. Ransom will serve it, but obviously it's not him.
I mean, Kevin Warren's looking for an explanation. I didn't see, all I saw as we look back at the goal was really made by Michael Haas making an unreal catch at the midline, and then Carroll just decisively taking it to net. You do see that, I mean, they've been doing this celebration thing where they all, you can see their legs kind of making their way towards the end line.
13-5. And looking to add to it. Aiden Carroll standing alone back there. Zero pressure, shot clock down to 15, here he goes. In front, what a feed and what a score! Threading the needle again. And it's Joe Caesar from the doorstep, and it's 14-5 Hoyas.
I don't know how this pass got through all of the Villanova sticks in traffic, but when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And this Hoya offense led by Aiden Carroll is absolutely on fire. Everything going right. They're not even really looking. And look at that. I mean, that should have been knocked down twice in a normal scenario. Caesar just has to turn it. Moore finally showing some vulnerability. Now it's about winning this face-off. They have to play make it take a Lacrosse. Sandoval, no bigger draw than this one right now.
Sandoval against Prince. Prince 15-19 before that one right there. Face-off win for Nova. Ahead they come. Opportunity. Good look.
Great
Good
look.
shot. Score. 2 in a row. Quentin Seipel cashes in. It's 14-7.
A little bit of life here for Villanova. This is gorgeous play from a number of players. Starts with Sandoval creating the 50-50. Mackey, that absolute hoover of a vacuum, and then it leads to Melchione. I love how he hesitated. He froze the defense, and that gave Seipel that great look. Defenders thought Melchione was going to let that fly, as they should. 25 blue, 8 goals this season, but he made the right play, the extra pass. All right. Can Villanova make it 3 in a row?
2 goals in the last 19 seconds, and they're going to get it here with the violation. So again, this could start to get interesting here. Another open look in front, shot, score. Villanova is on a roll.
You see what happens when you win faceoffs. It can completely shift momentum. And now this offense, and most importantly, this defense for Georgetown, starting to feel a little doubt as they're seeing the ball on top of them, possession after possession.
3 goals in 26 seconds, Evan.
So off the violation, Melchione, he's finding Michener, and he just kind of catches Georgetown defense.
Showing signs of life late, though. Shot. That one was dangerous. Ricocheted off the defender from the stick of Licata. Georgetown comes the other way.
And that was a good look. Licata got Banks behind the cage. He was able to get a step at goal line. Not sure if Moore got a piece of that or it was deflected before it hit the cage. Nonetheless, that's a tough miss for Villanova, because that's a quality opportunity.
If you're Georgetown, do you stay within the flow of your offense? It's worked all day, or do you try to run some clock here?
if you can do both, do both. And that's kind of what they've done. I mean, they've scored early at times, but no need to be in a rush. But if a shot's here, take it.
There it is. Carroll looking for number 9. Not there. Long rebound kept in. Georgetown. Doorstep shot. Score! Jack Ransom cashes in. And Georgetown gets one back. It's 15-8 with 6:08 to play.
Hoya's throwing a little water on that Villanova comeback fire. They have been so good all game long at looking to the crease off of rebound opportunities. And it's good.
I have to play. Georgetown by 7. Miller feeds out high, looking for Carroll. Didn't connect on that one. He chases it down at midfield. A big time shot there. Delayed penalty coming against Nova. Jordan Ray. Ray gets chopped down.
Yeah, Villanova's just deciding, which I understand, you just go all out here when you're guarding the ball. Do whatever you can to take it away. If you get a penalty, get a penalty.
A little bit too much on that one a moment ago. Delayed penalty coming. Goldberg trying to shake free. Plays it in front. Shot, and again, back of the net. Jack Ransom, the freshman. 16-8 Georgetown.
It was a key to this game, and they found Ransom for much of this one. But he is hidden and now is doing his thing. We've touched on it. He lives off ball, folks. He's constantly moving.
And that's how this one will come to an end. Final seconds click off. And the Georgetown Hoyas, for the 7th straight season, take home the Big East tournament title. And they do it in dominant fashion here in 2025. Seventh straight for Kevin Warren in this sensational NCAA lacrosse program, and their next stop will be the NCAA tournament.
I remember the first one, he had tears. Now he's handling it like it's just another day in the office. Not the case, obviously, the amount of work this team has done to put themselves in this position, but that accomplishment as a